people are trying to change their life in giant leaps, and that is exactly why they're stuck or why we stay stuck. Today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the compound effect and the 1% change that will explode your life. How just doing a little bit at a time adds up, and it's so beneficial for you and your future. But let's just make it more practical, okay? Let's just talk about like everyday thing that we do. All right, let me tell, I'm gonna give you guys an example of compound effect in my life. When I first got into nursing, oh gosh, the first night that I had to pass meds by myself, my schedule was 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., right? So I got there, I got report and everything. We did the little med count and everything. Keys in my hand, and I have to pass meds by myself. My first night. Now, orientation, you're just like, you're following the main nurse, and she's giving you the meds. She's like, oh, go give it to this person, go give it to this person. They like theirs crushed, they like theirs in applesauce, they like theirs in pudding. You got to talk to them first. You got to do this and this step first. So it's easy when somebody's just giving you a cup with meds that they already prepared. You were there watching them prepare it, and then you can just go off and, he's like, whoa, night's flying by fast. Wow, that was fast. Right? And then I had to go do it myself. All by myself. Let me tell you, I started passing meds like by 7:30. And I did not finish my first night, okay, by myself. I did not finish passing meds till like 12:30, okay? Everybody else was done by 9. Most of the nurses who were there for years, they were done passing their meds. They were all outside on their little smoke break. They probably done took like 3 smoke breaks in the time that I was still passing meds. And I felt so bad. Like I was exhausted. I was on my feet from 7 till 12, pushing this med cart, passing meds. So embarrassed, because in my head I thought it was easy, because during orientation it was, because I was just following somebody else's lead. But when you have to do it for yourself, it is a lot harder. And I remembered telling myself, I am going to improve, because I can't be standing here from 7 to 12 passing meds all night, because I still have to get meds again at 5 in the morning. So I gotta hurry up. I gotta figure this thing out. So that's exactly what I did. Every single night I would learn something new about each patient. Now back then, I don't work in facilities anymore, but back then I had like 30 patients to myself. It was me with 30 patients. I had a whole hall to myself, and the other nurse, she had the other hall. If it's one thing in nursing, I learned how to triage. I learned how to prioritize my time and my energy and other people's time. You learn all of that. But that was compounding effect working at its at peak capacity there. You had to learn to speed up. And so that's exactly what I did. And every day I put in the effort, I got a little bit faster and a little bit faster and a little bit faster. And then before you know it, by the end of the month, or maybe the end of a month and a half in, your girl was finishing up just like everybody else, okay? I was done with my meds by 9 o'clock like everybody else, okay? I didn't go smoke. I didn't smoke, so I didn't have a smoke break, but shoot, I'm going outside too. I just want to be fresh air. I want to get out too. That to me is truly compounding effect. It's like just working on something a little bit and a little bit and a little bit, and you just get better and better and better. And that is also with money and your personal finance and investing, but is also in other areas of your life, glowing up, leveling up, in anything. Another example of compounding effect, I suffer with migraines, and my goal for this year was to be healthier. Now, I didn't really realize how much I was basically shooting my own self in the foot by compounding on bad habits. So compounding on good habits is me learning everything about my patients, so I can move faster and get my meds done on time, because I still have to turn around and give more meds. But compounding in a negative way, because we can compound on bad habits, right? What's that saying? practice makes perfect, but imperfect practice makes imperfect imperfection, right? And so if you're doing something the wrong way, then you just doing something the wrong way, and it's not going to get better until you start doing it the right way. So when it came to my health, I have been working night shift for years, and I used to always tell myself, I'm a night shift person, I could never do day shift, I'm a night person, night shift. And I used to tell myself that, because truly I actually function better at night. Like I feel like more creative and more inspired at night. And I think it's because everything is quiet, and there's no responsibilities except whatever, creative passion I want to work on. So I do feel a lot more inspired at night. I told you guys about this difficult client that I had, and I quit that job. Well, I took a month to just de-stress and come back home to self and ground my energy and figure out who I am again, because I've been at that job for like 5 years. And so you kind of could lose yourself in 5 years, especially when you're dealing with somebody who likes to play mind games and gaslight and lie, and you're always like trying to figure out what lie they're coming up with next. So in that month, that downtime that I had, because I wasn't working night shift anymore, I started to go to sleep early, and I started to like it. I actually started to like waking up early. Actually, like, wow, is this what the rest of the world do? Is this how you guys function? You're waking up at 8 and you have like the whole day you're getting stuff done, like 8 o'clock. That's what, like, when I'm like now settling into good sleep. Okay, by 12 o'clock, that's when I'm like really in deep sleep. Okay, don't wake me up. Don't even try to mow your lawn, right? So that's my whole, for a majority part of my life, night shift and night shift schedule was a normal for me, but I did not realize how much it was causing migraines for me, and how much it was negatively affecting me. I never equate night shift and migraines. I just thought it was something else, like, oh, maybe I'm allergic to this, or stress or whatever else. But it just never really dawned on me that, because I like I said, I always felt so much more inspired and more alive at night. Now that I had quit this job and I started going to sleep early and waking up earlier, I felt so much better. And then I started to include certain supplements into my diet and my lifestyle, and I kid you not, but now I rarely, I don't want to say like never, because I still do. I still notice that there's certain times, like at that time of the month, I will get a migraine, but I rather it be at that time of the month than it's like, it's going to be a Monday, and then it's Wednesday, and then it's Friday, 3 times a week I'm having a migraine. I used to have a lot of migraines. When I switched to day shift, I had more energy. I started taking my supplements, especially, for help with circulation, B complex, magnesium, different things like that. And it's been like 5 months now. And I remember talking to someone, I'm like, I don't even like complain about migraines anymore. Like, I kid you not, now I don't reach for my migraine medication as much anymore. And I have time to go do things in the daytime like regular people. Like regular people. No, I really did feel like I was like part of your world, because I used to just sleep during the daytime. I couldn't comprehend like people going places and waking up. Like, I was one of those people, if I go on vacation, I am not waking up 6 o'clock in the morning to get free breakfast. That is not happening. Who's doing that? Not me, because I don't wake up at 6 o'clock. I'm going to bed at 6 o'clock, not waking up at 6 o'clock. Now that it has improved so much better, knock on wood, because we don't want it to come back, but now that it's gotten so much better and I have relief, I recently, I've been getting a lot of like job offers. Okay, so I'm in this new job now where I work day shift, but I had another job offer that came in, and it was all night shift. And, I had to think about it, because it almost felt like a test. It felt like a test because, again, I'm a night shift girly. But you know what? After I've experienced relief, I had to be like, no, I can't, because I'm feeling so much better now. I finally have relief. Like, I don't want to give up on that luxury. Like, health is a luxury. Good health is a luxury, and I understand it now because I'm finally experiencing less pain, and I can finally just be out during the daytime without feeling like a zombie and feel like I don't belong here. Gotta wait till the sun goes down to come out, you know? And now that I finally experience that relief, I don't want to go back to it. So when that job came in, it was paying more because you do get paid more for working night shift. But I don't want to compound negatively on my health anymore. I want to keep leveling up when it comes to my health. I want to continue being able to be out in the sunlight, enjoy my day. And so now I have truly, like I said, compounding effect. Just 1% change in the right direction is going to be so much beneficial. It's like once you find something that works for you, you sticking with it, right? And so you can compound in a good way, or you can compound negatively and affect yourself, or maybe affect your job. You can affect your relationship. Like sometimes we compound negatively in relationships, whether it's like how we talk to our partners, or how the things, certain bad habits that that person may have, that you let it accumulate. You never like try to say anything or speak up for yourself, or maybe look out for them. You just let them compound in bad habits, which affects you too. And so, just like 1% change, just one little change, and then just keep doing it. Repetition is the key to compounding, because I gave you two examples of how I compounded in the right direction, and then how I thought with my health, and I thought I was a night shift person. So sometimes we can hold on to a narrative about ourselves, and we'll go out of our way to confirm that bias. I'm a night shift person, so I will stay up late at night. I will take on more night shift jobs, right? But now I don't say I'm a night shift person anymore. I'm like, oh no, I'm a day shift person now. Yeah, I'm a day shift person. I don't do that night shift thing anymore. Not me, like, oh yeah, I'm one of those day shift girlies. Yeah, I'm a day shift girly now. I go to sleep by 8 o'clock. Yeah, yeah. I can't imagine staying up that late. No, you really. It's like you really have to start telling yourself the positive narrative that you want to start living out in your life. Okay. Now, for me, I didn't really intend to. It's just something that happened. But once it happened, I saw the benefits of it, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going back to that. We kind of think we need big motivation and big change and big action and big this and big bragging, right? We want the big bragging rights, but it's the little things that add up. It's the little things. Putting away $5, you know, putting away, next time you get some money, you put away $10. The next time you have some extra money in your bank account, you put $15 in your savings. Maybe next time you may not have that much. You might put $4. Next time, ooh, you have a lot, you put $100. But the whole thing is, the consistency is in the putting away, right? Not how much you put away, but the fact that you do put away is so beneficial, and it compounds. And so that is what I want to encourage you guys to do. I mean, social media and marketing and everything, we like to hear the big thing. We want to do big things so we can have a big brag. But it's in the little things. Okay, it's in the little things that add up to where you can brag big one day. You can say, girl, I got $10,000 in my account. I can lift 100 pounds. I lost 50 pounds. But it's first, it starts off with like, maybe you didn't lose any weight, but you shed a lot of water. I just want to share that with you, the power of the compound effect, and just making 1% change. That's it. That's all. All right. So that's what I have for you guys here. I hope this helped. I know I give a lot of like personal examples, but like sometimes you just need the personal example instead of like a chart going off here and there. And to me, that's how I learn best, is like talking to people and them telling me like, oh, this is how I did it and this is how it worked for me. And then it sticks because I'm like, oh, okay, you're a real person just like me. I'm gonna go now because I'm a day shift girly. I got to get to bed by 8 o'clock. So I got stuff to do. So I will talk to you guys again. If you like these cozy conversations, and please consider liking and subscribing and commenting down below on like what areas of your life you are planning to make these 1% little changes, or what little changes have you made in your life that you see you're now starting to see results, and you're like, wow, I'm so glad I stuck with this. At first it didn't seem like nothing was happening, but now it's like, whew, I'm so proud. I congratulate you guys too on your small efforts. Okay, bye.